In the past, we've lost penalty shootout and we've dismissed it as just being unlucky.
Game of chance.
DK, you are saying that what you saw on Saturday is giving signs that there is something systematic about the way they went about it.
Yeah, it's not every day you see the sort of flawlessly executed penalty kicks we saw on Saturday. It's not every day we see something like that. And then for me, what just made me go and look at the relationship between what we saw and what the data says is what the head coach said after the game, that they had a plan. Now, Ghana has an extremely poor record in penalty kicks. It's well documented. In fact, we've stayed, since the AFCON 92, when we lost on penalties to Cote d'Ivoire, Ghanaian national teams as a whole, so that is the Black Stars, the under-23s, the under-20s, under-17s, and then the women at all levels, have been involved in 39 penalty shootouts.
Since 92?
Since 92.
Wow.
Yeah, cumulatively. 39 penalty shootouts at major competitions. We've won just 18, and we've lost 21. So it's a win percentage of 46%. So we are that poor. We are winning less than half of the penalty kicks that we are taking. Now, when you listen to the rhetoric after the losses, it's always, we're not lucky, we're unfortunate, somebody should have done something better.
It's penalties.
Anything can happen. And you don't see...
Somebody has to miss.
Somebody has to miss. It was a lottery. But it's a bit unfortunate because the world is moving forward. And we know the data and the data analysis that is going into penalty kicks, both from the offensive, the kickers, and the goalkeeping side. Now, let me just give you two prime examples to show how negligent we've been in terms of our data analysis before penalty kicks and in terms of preparations.
And how it has cost us.
And how it has cost us. Now, statistically, the third penalty kick in the shootout, so the first kicker, second kicker, the third is the most difficult. It has the highest miss percentage.
Wow.
Now, in 2010, when we lost against Uruguay, John Mensah, who took our third kick, had never taken a professional penalty in his life.
Wow.
As a professional, he had never taken a penalty kick, and he went on to miss. So that is basically one of the most inexperienced players in the 11 who were on the pitch was asked to take the most difficult kick, and he ended up missing. Same thing was repeated in 2015. Afri Akwa, who had never taken a professional kick in his life, was asked to take the third kick, and he ended up missing. And that was the start of us blowing the 2-goal lead. So it's just some of the poor decisions we make and the disregard for data when it comes to taking penalty kicks.
So what you're saying is, before you go on, that if we took the numbers and the research seriously, we would have put our best kickers on the third penalty.
On the third kick.
Because statistically,
one of our best kickers,
that is a penalty that is missed more often, more difficult.
Yeah.
Across board.
Across board. So this is
that's a very interesting
data across board. It's male, female football. Now let's look at the trends of the Black Queens, the 4 kicks that we saw. Now all 4 kicks went in the same direction.
Yes.
Everybody kicked from the player's point of view to their left.
Yes.
Goalkeeper's point of view to the keeper's right. All kicks went in the same direction. 2 of the kicks went in the top corner, so that's the left top corner. 1 went to the bottom left corner. 1 went mid-range. That was Clocker's kick. Now, what does the data say? Now, this is World Cup shootouts since the 1982 World Cup and the placement of those kicks. So
and the success rate each comes with?
Yes. No, this is just placement. So this is like 5.5% of the penalty kicks that have been taken in this direction. So this is the placement. So the data.
So what the box you have is the goalpost.
It's the goalpost, exactly. So this is the goalpost.
Yes.
And this is where penalties have been taken in terms of shootouts. The most popular angles are the right bottom corner and the left bottom corner. Both
14.5 and 14.8.
14.8. That's where most of the penalty shootouts have gone. Now let's look at the conversion rate, success rates. You see at the top areas, 100%. 100% when you take it to the top areas, the high, very close to the pole. And after the 100%, the most successful areas of the penalty kicks are these sides.
Yes.
The left.
Close to the goalpost.
Close to the goalpost, where the Black Queens hit it. So 16 out of 17 penalties since the 82 World Cup have scored when the player hits it extremely very close to the pole, to the left-hand side.
Yes.
And then the next highest percentage is 86.5%, 32 out of 37. So the data is telling us that if you kick it to the left, very close to the pole, you are very likely to score.
Score.
That's the most successful area. Then we go back to what the Queens did. The Queens hit it 2 to the top corner, 1 mid-range, 1 bottom. So they knew
exactly where they should be
exactly
kicked.
where they should be kicked, very close to the pole, made up their minds, hit it in that one direction. That trend we saw is not by luck. The accuracy of the kicks, because you see, when you target it very close, the reason why you see very low numbers here, just 5, 4, 8, 8, 10, is because the higher you go, or the closer you go to the pole, the higher you are, like the more likely you are to miss. It's very risky, and especially after 120 minutes when you are tired, for you to be able to pick a spot, it's very difficult to hit the target. But the accuracy we saw with the Queens is clear practice. They had done it over and over and over and over again. That's why Kim Björkegren says they had a plan. So it wasn't about, let's hope that you can hit the target. It was practice. And they got the extremes, places, in fact, the side with the highest conversion rate, and they ended up putting the ball in the back of the net. Then you look at the penalties that have been missed. Some are hitting the bar, and some are very close to the keeper. So these will try and
Jan's penalty somewhere at the top there.
No, Jan's penalty was a shootout penalty. But this is John Mensah's own.
Okay.
This
Where's John Mensah's penalty? He did the dots there. He did the inside.
Where this one be at the eye? At the eye one day. John Mensah one day. But you can see the trend. You go closer to the pole, it's very difficult. So people are blasting it over the bar, people are hitting the post. And it's understandable because at that point you are very tired. Your accuracy would have dropped by then. But you go back to the Queens and you can tell that there was clear practice. Now, let's go to the goalkeeping side. A study done by the Association for Psychological Science in 2011 showed that by default, goalkeepers of the team that have just gone behind in a penalty shootout have a bias for jumping to their right. So they studied a lot of goalkeepers since '82 in international football. And they realized that when your team goes behind, bias, they have a bias to jump into their right. The Algerian goalkeeper moved to her right for all the 4 kicks. Now, if you've done your studies, you would know that maybe after Bedu hit the ball to the, after Bonsu, when she hit the ball to her left-hand side, we were ahead. In fact, the Algerians kicked the first penalty kick where Conlan saved. So Ghana had the advantage. You've done your studies, you know that goalkeeper is probably going to move there, but she still hit it there. That shows you there was clear instruction. Do not waver no matter what happens. Kick it there because you've practiced. The goalkeeper moved to the right, her right, all 4 kicks. Yet, the Queens were able to place it in those quadrants that were unsavable. And we got the victory at the end of the day. Then you look at Conlan also, and the instructions she received. She moved to the right direction in 75% of the kicks. So 3 out of 4 kicks, she was moving to the right direction. It's only 1 penalty kick that beat her. And that 1 penalty kick, she stood still. That's the only penalty kick she didn't dive. So 3 out of 4, she dived to the right direction. And 2 out of those 3, she ended up saving it. The only one she didn't save went to this quadrant. Here. That's the only one she didn't save. But she went to the right direction. It is clear that they had properly sat down, looked at the data, studied it, practiced it, and we reap the benefits at the end of the day. So the conclusion is, this man had a plan. This man is smart, he's a genius. He could tell that, yes, Ghana has an issue, but he has shown us that with proper data analysis and preparation, it is possible for you to get the victory at the end of the day. So kudos to Kim Lars Björkegren.
Thank you.
Does it also help that, obviously, most footballers are right-footed, right? Does it also help that in picking the left corner, it's easier when you're working the ball that way with your right?
That's definitely why there's much bigger volume there. For sure.
Bigger volume there.
I think you can't discount that.
Because I'm a lefty, so when you're opening up yourself and then you're curling the ball into this corner, you could get it right, but if you're not careful, you're curling it back into the goalkeeper moves it. But if you're hitting it this way, you're likely to meet the corner.
In fact, a good point to back what you're saying would be that all 4 of Ghana's kickers are right-footed.
So probably
because if there was a left footer You doubt whether you wonder if, not doubt. You wonder
if they are going there or they will go that way.
If they are going there.